Hello everyone, this is Mothership here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the 2009 movie. So, the plot of this film is it's about this Romulan, Nero, with his pirate crew, and they have a pirate ship. And essentially they've kind of done timey-wimey stuff, and they've kind of broken the time continuum. Now, we're in a parallel universe, and it's basically the crew of the original series, but kind of not the same in a parallel universe where everything kind of turned out differently. And you've got Leonard Nimoy as Spock and everything, and it's a pretty fun film. But it does introduce something really interesting that I really enjoy, which is the fact that Romulus was destroyed by a supernova. And that's why Nero's doing this, because he wants to kill Spock and everything, and he wants Spock to feel his pain, because Spock couldn't save the planet fast enough. And stupid motivation, I just feel like it's cheap and forced, kind of. It's not really interesting, it doesn't really make any sense to me. But the idea of Romulus being destroyed should have been much more than just kind of something throwaway to kind of give Nero a reason to want Spock and for this movie to even be happening, because it does get revisited in Star Trek Picard, and they make a lot of use out of it in Star Trek Picard Season 1, and they do some great things there. I feel like this whole thing and its concept was fully explored, because the destruction of Romulus is a massive thing to just throw away and go and say, oh yeah, this happened, because Romulans are one of the, top races in Star Trek, so just almost basically taking them out of the picture of mainline Star Trek from that point on, set in that time period, is a huge thing to do. Now, there's one problem with this. In the dialogue, they say that the supernova that's just, Romulus' sun that went supernova, it can destroy the whole galaxy, except that's just not how a supernova sun works, is it? That's just dumb, and that's setting the stakes too high. It's not like this even really means anything or pays off in any way, because it, equates to about 5 minutes of the movie. Now, I think Chris Pine and everybody else, and Zachary Quinto and everyone, they did a good job playing the original series recast, and in general, everybody did a pretty good job. Now, it was cool seeing Vulcan be destroyed by Nero, and the new Enterprise design is cool, and some fun stuff happens. Overall, I think this is a pretty good movie. It's just good, though. It's not amazing. At many points, it feels like it's kind of not got the Star Trek vibe. Now, there's points of it which are absolutely fantastic, like, as I mentioned, the destruction of Vulcan, and the whole idea of destroying Romulus. I just wish they'd put more thought and time into that. And Leonard Nimoy is great in it, but the opening sequence is great. Seeing the Kelvin be attacked by I forgot the name of Nero's ship, and I think it's Narada or something, and it just utterly obliterating it, and seeing the birth of Kirk and all. And by the way, the design of the Narada, or whatever it's called, I might have gotten that right, I don't know, is excellent. It looks very imposing and scary, and it just basically looks how you'd want a scary villain ship to look for a movie like this. This movie also looks fantastic. It is a gorgeous looking movie, with incredible visuals, and they're really good for their time and everything. But another problem I have is that when Kirk kind of attempts a mutiny where he basically hits a couple security guards, Spock decides that he'll just shoot him in a escape pod onto a barren ice world where he has pretty much no chances of surviving. And he says that he can legally do that in Starfleet law, but I don't think he can. That's a bit weird. I mean, that's just condemning him to death, and I thought you didn't have capital punishment in Starfleet. And he says it was for attempted mutiny, but this was really quite light when he just punched a few security officers and objected to Spock's decisions. But apart from that, I think it's a pretty good movie, and I'd give it a 7 out of 10. So join me next time where I will review The Strange New World Season 1 finale, A Quality of Mercy.